Welcome back to part 3 of my rundown of my new artist album Intense. It'll drop on May 3rd, 2013. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the album and the ideas behind the tracks that I put on there. 2 years in the making. You know, I'm very busy on the road doing my radio show, other compilations, so sometimes I work on a track for a week and then a track sort of gets put away. That happened with the track that I did together with Emma Hewitt, a track called Forever Is Ours. We always had the dream of doing a track together. I'm a really big admirer of Emma Hewitt. Of course, everybody knows her from her big hits, Be Your Sound, Waiting. She's amazingly talented, especially live, and she's also a great songwriter together with her brother. But for this particular track, we had to put quite some work in. So I started out with an instrumental that sounded completely different. Sent it to Emma. She came back with a vocal idea. Wasn't really sure about it. So I came back. I changed a little bit of the melody again. We made more of a different structure. We had to change the key. Went back to Emma. She came back with another brilliant idea. Put it together. So actually, when we started working, sort of 1.5 songs came about. So we had to make some decisions. What would be the chorus? What would be the verses? And you know, if it's Emma Hewitt, it's almost all good what she's making, because she's extremely talented. And we made a decision to go for the line "Forever Is Ours." I think that's a really strong thing, especially when you're on the dance floor. It feels like, you know, if time can stand still on the dance floor, forever is ours. I chose to go a little bit more the electro-trancey kind of sound with this track because I think it really fits Emma Hewitt's vocal. It's a track that I've been playing a lot in my DJ sets recently, and I can't wait to perform this track live with Emma Hewitt. The next track I want to tell you something about on my album is a track that I wrote together with no one else but Richard Bedford. Now, if you're a fan of EDM, you know that he's a big name in EDM world, extremely talented writer from the UK. I wrote a track with him called Love Never Came, a really sad song. I took the tempo up for this song a little bit because I think the original idea was to make it around 130, 132 BPM. But because it's the end of the album, I wanted to have a little bit more speed in the song, and I think it's such a beautiful song to sing on a dance floor as well. So I decided to go to 136 BPM, a more faster paced song, and I think it's such a beautiful, emotional song. With a little bit of reference to my old classical sound and to the older sound of trance music. And I really hope you like the track, and depending on your reactions, we'll make it a single or not. I hope you like it, and we can make it a single and do a beautiful video for it. So there you go, Richard Bedford, thank you very much. Love Never Came. That's another track on Intense. The next track I want to tell you something about on Intense is called Who's Afraid of 138. It's an instrumental track on 138 BPM. The name Who's Afraid of 138 actually came about during my radio show. I have a weekly radio show called The State of Trance. And when I was playing a little bit harder, I sort of made a joke to the listeners. Okay, time to up the tempo, who's afraid of 138? And people on the Twitter commented about this and they thought it was really funny. So I decided to make a few t-shirts with this, Who's Afraid of 138, and it was instantly sold out. And we went from there. I actually had an arena during the State of Trance event in Den Bosch, totally dedicated to the harder, uplifting style of trance, called Who's Afraid of 138 as well. So it's sort of this gimmick within the trance EDM world. It's a sound that I personally really love. It's a sound where I come from and that I'll never forget because I really like this. So it's a track dedicated to the harder, uplifting style that I promote in my radio show weekly. But the funny thing is, with the next track called Reprise, it's sort of playing with that idea again, like with the first track, Intense. Reprise is actually the same melody of the track Who's Afraid of 138. It's the same tempo, but half of it. So it goes on, and it's actually a rock band that's taking over the 138 tempo. So it's the same song, but played by a rock band, so a reprise for that matter. And I think it was great experimentation and a great ending for the main part of the album, because it's never been done before. And like I do with this whole album, it's a trance album, but a little bit of flirting with different styles. So we end in a sound that I really like. You know, I'm a big fan of Snow Patrol, Coldplay. So we sort of listen to their albums a little bit, trying to make the sound a little bit like that. So I think it's a great finale for the main part of the album. Now the final track on Intense is actually a bonus track on iTunes. It's exclusively for the iTunes release. It's a track called Humming the Lights. The story behind the title is actually pretty funny. I remember I was playing a State of Trance 450 in Roseland Ballroom in New York. And we had a really great show with the fantastic lights and everything and sound. And I was speaking with the light operator and the guy that did the production for the lights in the Roseland Ballroom. He came up to me, he said, "Well, great show, man." I said, "Thank you. Well, you know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have all these beautiful lights, so, you know, I wouldn't be able to do this show." And then he said the legendary words, "A crowd doesn't go home humming the lights." And I thought that was really cool, so I kept that idea for a song title. And the melody is also sort of a reference to that, because you can hear the vocal. There's a female choir in there in the second breakdown that goes, that's sort of humming the lights. I think it's really cool, and it's a track that's really designed for the dance floor, sort of the cherry on the cake for the Intense album. So there you have it, a rundown of my new artist album, Intense. I hope you like it. Took 2 years in the making. I can't wait to tour the world with the Armin Only show. I'm looking forward to see you somewhere on the dance floor.